y'all. This is John and Mike back for another episode of the Nothing Finer podcast live on Millions. I will say, if you are not currently live with us right now or at any point during this episode, you're going to wish you were. I know we kind of teased it earlier in the week. We posted on our social medias a little while ago. But this is literally and figuratively the biggest guest that we've had in our year and a half or so of existence. And that's Nazir Stackhouse, number 78, defensive lineman for the Georgia Bulldogs, is coming on the show tonight. He's coming on here in just a few minutes, but, you know, we had to bullshit a little bit beforehand, so we got on here a little early. But, Mike, how you doing? What are you drinking?
Uh, so I mean, when we talked earlier this week, I was still talking about being sick. Still not feeling great. Looking like we're gonna get the tubes in the ears like I'm a baby, like we were talking about before. But as far as what I'm drinking, I actually went grocery shopping before we came in. I have a Arnold Palmer.
Oh, there you go. Is it
Yeah, how much? Oh, it's
is it
a
is it an adult Arnold Palmer?
no.
Oh, you're oh you're I lost you for a second.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
no, it's a diet one. No, how about you?
Um, Good, man. Tomorrow is the first Friday I've had to work in a very long time, but it's only for a few hours, so I'll be okay. You know, like a real adult working five
Yeah.
days a week. Um, I mean, if y'all are listening and don't know that I'm not a real adult by now, you must not pay attention the first 10 minutes of the episode. Um, I don't know if I've had it on the show before. I'm sure I have. I got a Elijah Craig barrel proof single barrel, 9-year old. It's from Largo Beverage down in Savannah. Got it, I don't know, before we started the podcast. I bought this bottle. So,
Mm.
um, yeah, it's 126 proof. So I will not be drinking as much as I normally do to try and keep some sort of professional composure, if you will. Um, Treat it like I'm in a work meeting, which, you know, if
So
you
you're
know
only
me.
gonna drink a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on, dude. I work in a construction adjacent
Yeah.
field. You know, like, come on now.
You wanna know something funny? So last week when we were doing baseball tryouts, like Stanley, so my oldest son that goes to school with me, he against all odds he made the team, right? He I gave him like he wanted like some allergy medicine before like school started, and I had some students come in there and drop off their bags in my office, and he had the nerve to ask me like he was about to take a sip out of my cup. He's like, "Dad, is there alcohol in this?" I'm like, I wish. No. Like, how fucking stupid do you think I am? My God.
I mean, to be fair,
It's a good question.
it,
I get it.
if my schedule lined up to be able to coach this year, like we had talked about, that would be a great question for me.
Yeah,
I'm not a school employee. What are you gonna do?
exactly. I mean, shit, at this point, nobody wants to be a teacher anyway. I could come in there loaded if I really wanted to. I'm not going to, but
Shit.
it's the pickings are
There
slim.
were many a times I went to school drunk as a student, and I would not doubt it if teachers did the same.
I can't say that at our current school, but at other places that I've worked, there's always one. There's always one, at least.
Yeah, there's always somebody.
Yeah.
Um,
Some hide it better than others.
all right, we got a few more minutes. Who do you think's winning the Super Bowl? Because we're not going to get to talk about it a whole lot.
Uh, the hater in me says the Chiefs because I can't see San Francisco win. I don't want to see it. Uh, it comes down to just the fact that they have Patrick Mahomes with the Chiefs. I mean they've been kind of all year, and then we turned it on in the playoffs and beat. I mean the run that they had, what they beat my loaded Miami team on offense, but you know they
It was in the
played in,
cold. Miami
yeah, it was
was
in
in
the
the cold.
cold. Yeah. Then you beat Buffalo, which they were hot to finish the year. They beat the crap out of Miami the week before, and then or 2 weeks before, and then just I don't want to say dominated Baltimore, but I mean I don't think there was really much doubt there. So I just want to see it. Patrick Mahomes at this point is Tom Brady. I mean, you can't, it's really hard to bet against him, and he's an underdog as well. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs to repeat for the first time since what 2000 the 2000 what 2004 Patriots.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, man, I gotta go 49ers. Just it's a principle pick, right? First off, 49ers in the playoffs, no matter how bad they are, always do better than they should. It just is what they do.
Mhm.
But second, man, I would love for Travis and Taylor to have something lined up to do like on the stage post game and not be able to do it because they lost.
This is good. That's
Like a
a good point.
proposal or a baby announcement or something, and
Mhm.
then the 49ers get like a 45-second drive to win the Super Bowl, and then he's sitting there crying on the sideline.
That would be
That's
fun though. Yeah.
it's nothing against Travis Kelsey because he's arguably one of the best tight ends to ever play in the NFL. And
Mhm.
man, there's just too much publicity on a dude and his girlfriend. Like I just you have a Green Bay player that's married to the greatest Olympic gymnast to ever walk the earth,
Oh,
and she's never been televised during a game. Like, come on now.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I
But
just
I do agree with like Charles Barkley and some other guys that like have said stuff like the ones that are like really pissed off with like Taylor Swift coverage and stuff like that. I, I don't get it. I
it's
mean you
the
could be irritated
media.
by it a little bit.
It's the
Yeah, it's
media
media.
after the games more than anything.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
even during the AFC Championship game, I think they showed her like twice.
yeah, yeah. I think they said it was like a few seconds. I think total like of the 4 hour game or whatever. So
Yeah.
I mean, just there supporting her significant other. I mean, she's not asking to be on TV, but she's most famous person in the world, or so
One
we would
of.
be led to believe.
Yeah, one of. Um, yeah, no, I'll be honest, man. I don't really have a desire to watch the Super Bowl. Like,
I don't. I don't.
I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't like either of the teams. It just kind of meh. If the
Yeah.
NFL is scripted, they did a real bad job this year. Just being honest.
Maybe like the WWE wrote it, going back to like the Cody Rhodes and the Rock deal, like everybody pissed off about the Rock taking his spot at WrestleMania. Maybe it's the same writers. I don't know.
Like, I think people would have been a lot happier with a Ravens Lions Super Bowl.
Yeah, that would have been the People's Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah, like
Could
if the
you
NFL is trying to script it, they didn't read the room.
could you imagine just like the different crowd that would have been in Vegas this week? Got people from Detroit and Baltimore of all fucking places.
The
My God.
National Guard would be in Vegas this
Yeah.
week. They would be like, "Oh, it's just routine training. Like
Yeah, nothing to see.
we just
Nothing
have
to see.
Humvees and AMRAPs rolling down the strip for no reason. It's fine."
Right. That would have been, damn, man, we were robbed. We were robbed of that. Everything to go with that. Everything.
Ooh,
But
if the Lions won, did would they burn Vegas and then go back to Detroit and burn Detroit, or would they just burn Detroit?
hmm,
Because I feel like
that's a good question. Yeah.
for sports, Detroit's just a little bit more ghetto Philly.
Well, it's a mix of I want to say it's a mix of like Philly and like West Virginia. Like there will be couches burned. There'll be cop cars burned. Like I mean,
Oh,
it's gonna
I'm
be a
sure
time.
it was like that. I'm sure it was like that just when they won the North.
I, so like we when we flew up there for like for Christmas and everything, like we landed and about as soon as we got in the car, like the game was finished. And I was granted we weren't like in like a highly populated area. We were going to my aunt's house and everything, but uh you can feel it. You could feel it.
Oh, I believe it.
Excitement. It was crazy. But with that said, they're not going to burn down Vegas just because the people that can afford to go out there ain't doing that shit.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
point. That's a
Yeah.
great point. Um,
Oh, yeah.
although Vegas is allegedly cheap, I've never experienced a cheap Las Vegas trip.
No, I haven't either. The longest we've ever lasted out there is like 3 days. And that's all you really can do
I
without dying.
I during COVID got $20 a person flights to go to Vegas
Mm.
on Spirit for 12 hours. So we landed in Vegas at noon, hung out for 12 hours, and took off at midnight.
Oh man,
That's the only time I've been there. I want to go back. Um,
it is fun. I mean, we always every time we come back or get back from going on a Vegas trip, we're always thinking about the next one. But yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all.
no,
Nothing is cheap about it.
no. I've always been told like, oh yeah, dude, you can get nice hotel rooms for like $20 a night, and then I look, and it's
No, but
like,
then
what?
so like normally when we go, this is probably telling how like cheap we are, but we normally stay at Luxor, so the big pyramid and all that.
Yeah,
Um, it's like, oh yeah, it'll say like, oh, it's the rate's like 40 to 50 bucks a day, but then they don't tell you it's like a 50 or $60 resort fee or more than that
yup,
each day that you're there. So
yeah.
yeah, they get you that way, and you have to pay that when you get there. So you don't pay it right when you book it. So um, there's that. We never rented a car or anything like that. I mean, we always just did we either walked or did like taxi or whatever. But
I've got a cousin that lives out there, so when we went, he picked us up and rode us around for a few hours, which was very much appreciated.
my Jen's uncle live well. I think he's still alive out there. I don't know. Who knows? We don't talk to him.
Oh, Mike.
We went to In and Out, enjoyed that, and then hello.
No, I got you back.
Oh, okay. No, like he picked us up from our hotel, met some of the family out there, got In and Out, and it was a good time. But then after that, we never saw him again. So like been like 7 or 8 years.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas,
The guy's a trip. I will leave it at
Yeah,
that.
I mean, my cousin that lives out there has a very interesting job. That's very legal. He works for the government. But
Well, anything can be legal with the government.
yeah, I I can't even get him to tell me stories.
Mm,
I wish. I
yeah, right.
speculate a lot and he won't answer questions either.
The best jobs.
Oh yeah.
Um, so one other thing I forgot to mention earlier, we are. Now, I mean, I texted you this and everything, but we're Kevin Hart's actually coming to Savannah in a couple weeks, so got my wife and I tickets to go see that. Only downside, it is a Sunday night, school night. Uh, so normally we don't do anything if we have to wake up in the morning. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes and how late we end up staying out for that.
Yeah, dude, just uh just don't go to sleep.
It's probably going to be the best way. We have I think our first, at least the way I think it's supposed to go. I think our first baseball game's the next day because we were thinking, oh, we'll take a personal day the next day. Nope, can't do that.
Oof. You can't coach if you don't work.
Right, right. No, God, no.
What about? Y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
sir. Can you hear us?
Eh,
Yes, sir.
How's it going, man?
Going good. Going great.
Awesome, awesome.
I'm gonna be honest. You are the biggest guest we've ever had on, so we're both a little nervous.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No need to be
yeah.
nervous, man. Yeah, be yourself, man.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's, I mean, I don't know if you spent much time reading the outline we sent through Millions, but we just try to have fun. Like
I get
we're
it.
gonna try to ask some questions that you probably hadn't been asked before, at least in
Okay.
public interviews and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, you can if you cuss, you can cuss. I mean, we just kind of try and bullshit and have fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
I
we
get
go.
it. I get it. This is fun for me. This is actually my first, uh, like real podcast that's like outside of football. Yeah, this will be like my first one for real. Everything else has been more like with my teammates. I never really had a podcast that's not them hosting or anything. So this is fun for me, and it's good for me as well. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
Sweet. Yeah.
So I don't know how much time you've got, but we do have it kind of broken
As
up.
long as y'all need, as long as y'all
Oh,
need.
Sweet.
sweet. And if you do need to go or something, just yell at us. We're both married. We get
Okay.
yelled at a lot.
Yeah, used to it. Yeah.
So we have it broken down into football questions and non-football questions. We're gonna let you decide what you want to go to first.
Either we can do the football, we can knock the football out, and then everything else can follow after that.
Sweet.
All right, Mike, you want to go ahead and take the first few?
All right. So, um, I'm a dad. I have four kids. My second oldest kid is like super obsessed with football, and I mean, just everything lives and breathes it. Just all encompassing, right?
Okay.
So he's 9 right now. So he just got done with his first tackle football season. So yeah, he had some
Congrats to
questions
him.
that I try to throw in there. So this may seem silly, but at what age did you realize you were going to be really good at football?
I'll say like around 12, 13.
Okay.
Like around 12 or 13. That's yeah, like 13, 14 is like middle school. So
Mhm.
like somewhere sometime middle school I realized I'm like, okay, I can really like actually go far with this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I played with a lot of guys, talented guys, and I was actually just young, so I was able to learn a lot from those guys, and I was able to have fun with the game or whatever. And I was always the biggest one in my classroom or whatever, but I was never the biggest one on the fields.
Oh wow.
So just yeah, and so like, but to see my development as a young, player in the sport, I just knew right then and there, like, okay, I could definitely go far with this. If I could just keep my head down and stay true to myself, this is something I definitely want to do, and I can go far with it.
So kind of going back to my son, and just some advice that you may have for him. So again, uh, definitely better on the defense
Oh, is it my
defensive
internet that's
guard
messing
for
up?
whatever reason. I don't know where he got that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you're a little bit behind.
Okay.
I think okay. Oh. Anyway, so he has a high motor and wants to kill the guy across from him all the time. We have to tell him to tone it down occasionally because he wants to throw punches too. But uh, so we're trying to get him into a feeder program for Benedictine, which is a private school here in Savannah Football
Okay.
Factory,
I
so
think
to
I heard
speak.
of that school. Yeah, I think I heard of that school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's Benedictine and in Savannah Christian that's
Okay.
kind of the two big the big
Savannah Christian, Warren Brinson, I think went to Savannah
yeah,
Christian
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
University. Yeah.
His aunt's I think he has a cousin that goes to the school that I teach at.
Okay.
Um, said that in the carpool line the other day. But
Okay.
but do you have any advice for youth football players like him as someone that's been playing football at an elite level?
Yeah, definitely, man. Just have fun. Have fun and connect with the guys that you're gonna be playing, you're playing football with because like down the road, like a lot of these guys or kids, and it's in this state, but a lot of those kids that he's gonna be playing with, I advise him to connect with those guys. And
Mm,
like because he'll be going to camp with them once y'all get older, high school, all
yeah,
those, and have fun. Like as a kid, it's football is a great sport to play. It's fun. It's supposed to be.
mm,
And work hard at the same time. Like, it's a development sport in that a kid age, or yeah, at a kid age, you will want to have fun
yeah,
and go out there and learn different things, try new things. I know he plays offensive guard. I started off as an offensive guard
yeah,
when I was a kid, and I transitioned slowly into the defensive side, and I found that side more appealing to me. And I couldn't play running back,
yeah.
receiver, but I was too big. Like, you know what I mean? It's just
Right.
not every kid can get the ball, and so I didn't always want to get the ball. I always wanted to hit people. So,
Mm.
if he's that aggressive, he can play defense. You know what I mean? Defense is
That's
also we
yeah,
get aggressive on the defensive side as well. But you might not like. I would say my main message to him is just to have fun and cherish, his teammates and play and connect with them because it's going to be a point in time where people are starting to go to different places, different schools, and people are going to experience a different level of football, different organized group of football. So have fun and stay connected with your guys.
Johnny. One.
So,
Sorry.
yeah. Um, who has the best nickname on the team?
At the time, and this is a very common nickname on the team. He had two of them. Javon Dumas, we called him about two of the nickname. We either called him Drip. No one, not really anybody called him Drip, but and when he first
Mm,
got here, we kind of like called him Drip a lot. It's either that or Pop. I would
yeah,
say he had J Bull is a good name. Um, Javon Buller, J Bull is a good. Trying to think who else. K K3, no, not K Milk. I would say yeah, Pop. Pop had like the craziest name. Yeah, I would say yeah, Pop. Javon Dumas.
All right. So, over the last couple of years, we have given guys nicknames. Probably, be honest, man. Probably some of them are a little cringy.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
called Javon Bullard the Bullet because he was just
Okay, that's not bad. That's not
okay,
bad.
okay.
That's not bad.
And for Roderick Robinson, we called him Freight Train because initials
Right
RR for
train.
railroad, and he would just bulldoze people.
That's not. I like that too. I want
Okay,
to say that's cringy though. It's not cringy. I didn't do too bad. That's
okay,
not cringy at all.
yeah. I mean, especially after you see Mike's background over there, especially after that hit.
Oh yeah, after that hit,
Yeah,
man.
right.
No
Bullard
man.
was called Bullet on this show.
That's topping. That's topping like the historic hits in Georgia football. Like that
I
has to be.
college football history. I mean,
Yeah.
for how
Yeah. Got it. Oh yeah.
pivotal of a moment that was.
And then I was afraid. I was in on that play. I was afraid that it was going to be a targeting call. They actually did call it targeting, but they reviewed it and it wasn't. So that was good.
I,
You know what I mean? Because that
Yeah.
touchdown definitely would have put them 3 touchdowns ahead of us, and we needed that stops.
Man, little side story here. I was dealing with some sort of flu or something that day. I had 103-degree fever all day, and I woke up the
Yeah,
next morning like, was that a fever dream or did that game actually happen like that? Like, I was
that
texting
game.
all the guys. I was like, was that real? Did I imagine
Nah,
that?
it actually happened like that. Like New Year's, like if I'm the kicker, I'm waiting before like well, he ain't have time to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well, no, he did have time. And he should they should have just called a time. I don't know if we had a timeout or they had a timeout. If they had a timeout, I'm calling a timeout. I'm letting New Year's come first and then kicker should go.
yeah. That just aligned way too perfectly.
Yeah.
Kick it on New Year's Day. Maybe like the earth shift just a little bit. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
And if you couldn't tell from like what I'm wearing, so like I was born and raised in Michigan, like grew up a big Michigan fan before I went to
So
UGA.
he was happy to see how state looks.
Oh my God. I mean, to watch, so to have Michigan beat them, a couple weeks prior to that, and then for Ohio
Yeah,
State to lose the way they did to my alma mater, it was sweet, man, sweet.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
So, why did you pick 78 for your number
Oh,
when you got to Georgia?
there is no reason I wear that number. It's just because I've had it so long. It's just something that means very little to people outside in, but it means so much to me because I've had that number since I was a kid. That's actually not the number that I start off with. I started off with 58 because as a kid I did kind of watch uh, NFL ball a little bit, and I would wear 58 like for Von, not NFL but college. I would watch college ball, and when Von Miller got drafted, I would wear that number. I was like, I want 58. Yeah, I mean, I want to be Von Miller. And then eventually, I just like, you know what? I want to do 78. I want to make my own number or whatever. So since a kid, like I would wear that all the time. Like, let me get 78. People are like, why do you want 78? I don't know. I just want the number. There's
Yeah.
no reason towards the number at all. There was never a reason for the number at all. And another thing is that my mom, she just so, you know how moms are. You're like, oh yeah, well you want 78, it's an hour. I'm like, mom, there's no, like you don't. The number does not make you at all. It doesn't. You make the number. So I can change to 99 if I wanted to, right? I'm gonna make the number even. Eventually I'm gonna make that number.
Yeah.
Uh, and so it's like it's just no reason that it's no reason whatsoever. I wish there was though, but isn't there? It's not.
So which quarterback do you look forward to sacking the most this season?
Oh, this season I would say Milrow. I'm sorry,
Ooh,
I
yeah, there we
won't throw
go.
no shot. I won't throw no shots out there, but yeah, definitely Milrow.
Mhm.
Um, well, I'm only saying that because we play Alabama and Tuscaloosa, so that'd be great to
Mhm.
have a sack on Milrow. Maybe what's his name? What's his the quarterback from Tennessee, the freshman. What's his name?
Oh,
He has
Nico.
Nico,
yeah,
I can
Nico. If
actually
he's
pronounce his
playing,
last name.
how you pronounce it? I want to hear it.
Iyama Liava.
Say it again.
Iyama Liava.
Iyama Liava. Nico Iyama. I don't know. That's kind of hard to
Yeah, I
remember.
can't.
But no, if he's
Got
playing, that'd be great to sack him too. I don't really look at a lot of quarterbacks in our conference. I'm trying to think. If only I was able to sack CJ.
Oh, right, right.
Oh my God, that would have been so great. It's like I was supposed to say it's like my coach always says, like my D line coach always said, like 100% of the plays you're supposed to make, and that was the 100%. I just didn't finish. But it was definitely an honor playing against him. Very very athletic QB, but that sack was just too close to miss. Like but I would love to sack CJ. So I would say next season, not this upcoming season, but next season when I'm in the league, hopefully I'm not playing on the same team as him. I'll get a chance to sack him, and then I'll just walk up to him and be like, "Hey, bro, I remember playing you. You kind of dodged me a little bit."
Hey, you remember the Peach Bowl? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You see, you kind of dodged me. I was supposed to get you, but yeah, my ankle, had this, stuff like that. But yeah, definitely Milrow and Nico.
So, what town or stadium or environment are you looking forward to playing in the most next season?
Oh, Texas.
Yeah.
Texas. Well, I'm not sure what city that is they're in, but
It's
uh,
Austin.
Austin. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game so much. I played in Tuscaloosa. Well, I didn't play in Tuscaloosa because I didn't. That was my freshman year. I didn't play in that game. That's the last time we've been to Tuscaloosa. But I was there before, and it's alright. It ain't nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Like it gets loud, but it don't get loud as Neiman. You know what I mean? But I'm definitely excited to go to Texas because I haven't been there in a while. And I'm excited to go there and play in Texas and play against a crowd. What they hold, like 105,000 or something like that. They have a really big stadium. Their stadium is huge. But
Uh,
I'm
no, keep going. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
no but now I'm expecting it to be as loud as Neyland, and if it's not that, then I think it's going to be a good game.
It's
Oh, for sure.
just over 100,000. Oh man, my internet must really suck.
Say
I
y'all
am
holding
Okay.
lagging
what,
a lot tonight.
109?
100,000, 119.
That's Ohio State.
Oh no, that's I
No, I think
lagged for
Ohio
a
State's
second.
two, maybe. I know Michigan's like 110 or something like that, or 109.
Michigan, that is not. I ain't
Yeah.
okay. I don't lie. That's like y'all got Ohio State has a big stadium.
Yeah.
That's a huge stadium. Like that's like an NFL size stadium.
Hmm. Oh, for
Right.
sure.
Now I can say the same for Alabama too. They do have a nice stadium. They have four jumbotrons. We only have one. They have four in every corner of the stadium. That's very convenient for the fans.
Yeah, that would
Um,
be my one critique of Sanford is that, yeah, it's just that
you know
one.
what I mean? It's like if you're sitting in front of the jumbotron and you want to
Yeah.
see what happened on the play, you gotta, what I mean,
Mhm.
turn around and stuff. But it's like, yeah,
I mean, when me and my wife picked our season tickets, we did it across from the jumbotron for that reason.
okay, so y'all can see. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. No, we're in 319, I think it is, right towards the bottom. So we're like in between
Okay,
the field goal posts, directly across from the jumbotron. I like it. You can see everything.
facts. I like if I were to pick a seat in the stadium. Sorry, David.
No,
But
you're good.
if I were to pick a seat in the stadium, I like to get like the corner area, like that little corner
Mhm.
area, because I feel like you can get that whole vast, what I mean, look or whatever, and
Mhm.
that'd be good.
So we had seats in the corner one year, our first year, and the band echo was weird. Like it was
Oh,
hard.
okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to go along with the band because you'd hear them play like the same note three different
Hmm.
times with the echoes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I didn't even know that. That's good. No, oh yeah, we're right there on the we're like right there on the side. Oh, I see you got the feeling. We're right there on the sideline. So like whenever the band's playing, we hear them all the time. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a nice mixture of the band and the music that they got playing in the stadium. It's a good little mixture
So, couple of side questions. How much do you notice the Georgia fans that travel to away games
all the time.
all the
Yeah.
time?
All the time. Yep. If some way somehow they find where our locker room is, and they'll just sit out there until it's time for us to come out for pregame. I will say when we play Vanderbilt, because Vanderbilt is going through construction in their stadium, and they made like this like I don't know this demo ass like locker room or whatever, and like we had to like walk like a whole ass. We had to walk like a whole ass like path just to get to the field, and it'll be fans sitting sitting outside our locker room. So I'm like, how did y'all find us? This is not an easy place to. But no, it's kind of funny though, because how their stadium is like set up. Some of the fans are like looking over from the stands and like waving and stuff like that. Our fans they travel, and I respect them for that. well, especially what surprised me the most is when we went to LA to play we went to LA to play TCU. Our fans were like half of their stadium was our fans. And even though
Okay.
TCU had more fans, obviously that did have more fans, but our fans were there. And I'm like, wow, they travel all the way from some of them not even from Athens, some of them actually live in other states or whatever. But like when I seen them, I was like, wow, like they actually came out here. I was expecting TCU fans to like overrun our fans, but but no, I recognize them all the time, especially when we play Georgia Tech. When we play Georgia Tech, that's just another home. That's just another home game to us. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right. All right. So which team talks the best trash? Not necessarily like the most, but
Ooh,
just the best trash.
the best trash, trying to think, because it's like two teams. I would say
Okay.
Tennessee, and Tennessee and Auburn. Tennessee and Auburn.
Hmm.
Tennessee and Auburn. Not too much Georgia Tech, because like I don't know. They just I
You
feel
don't see
like when
anybody.
they're I feel like when they're at our house, like when they play us in Athens, then it's more trash talk. But when we
Hmm.
play them in their stadium, it's not like it's not that much trash talk. But I would say Tennessee and Auburn. Like I don't hear guys like me. I talk trash every now and then. It's not all the time with me. And then, like you would actually have to piss me off in the game for me to talk trash. So,
Yeah.
like if I'm focused and I'm doing my thing in the game, I'm not gonna say nothing to you. And that's the most demoralizing thing ever. Like this guy's kicking your ass. He's not even speaking to you. You know what I mean? But like if I'm pissed off, like if the first play of the game I get a holding call or somebody's holding me or I get pancaked, oh I'm done. I'm pissed for the rest of the game. And I'm
Okay.
and
Okay.
I try to talk and I try to talk in the rest of the game. Like I'm only saying this because this did happen. We play South Carolina. Now play South Carolina pancake. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the? And I'm looking at the ref because it was a pass play, and I'm sitting there trying to get off, and he like, dumps me on the ground, and so I'm already mad. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm mad, and so play goes out of play, and I'm like, yeah, you suck, man, you a bitch, man, you suck, this and that, and they'll like look back from the huddle, just looking at me and stuff. Like I was like, don't worry about what I'm lined up, like don't worry about what I'm lined up, I'm coming, don't worry about me. I'll be saying that a lot.
Mhm.
And then eventually I got a sack on what you call it? Spencer Rattler.
Mhm.
That's why I did a little celebration. I don't usually celebrate like that, but when I got a sack, I was already like this. But when I got it, it kind of relieved me a little bit. But I would say Tennessee and Auburn. They Auburn 100%. We go there, we go to their spot. The crowd already into the game. They crowd is loud too, and they'll trash talk. Their quarterback at the time, I forget his name. The one that runs, he runs the ball all the time.
Peyton Thorne.
Payne Thorne, not Payne Thorne, the other one. So I get
Oh,
the
Robbie
black guy.
Ashford.
yeah.
Yeah,
There we
Robbie. Yeah, Robbie he likes to talk trash. He likes to talk trash.
go.
And he would get like 5, 6 yards on us or whatever, rushing or whatever. And he was like, yeah, man, fuck y'all suck. I'm like, oh, I'd be like, I'm like,
Okay.
no, for real though. I'd be like, this man is we need to get, cause we were losing that game. And
Yeah.
so I'm
That
like,
that's when you just turn around and say, "Hey, how's your completion percentage?"
no, for real
Yeah.
though,
Right.
because he only threw the ball what 4 times, 5 times, maybe. They
Yeah.
ran that
Something like
ball the
that.
whole game. They ran the
So
ball the whole game.
the last time Auburn was in Athens, so the people that own the seats next to us, I'm gonna be honest, man, they're awful fans. They always sell their tickets to opposing fans. It drives me nuts. And I'm like the loudest person in our section. Like I
Yeah,
I might be up towards the top, but I'm gonna try and make a damn difference.
yeah, I get you.
And these Auburn fans started talking trash after they had like one good play in the first quarter. So I
Okay.
just kept a running tally of did Robbie
Was it
Ashford
the
get
was it the
33
touchdown?
per
Was it the
um
touchdown that they had, or like right before halftime? They probably was.
yeah, I think it was right before so I just kept a running tally of was Robbie Ashford at 33% completion for the game. Like out
Because
loud.
he couldn't throw the ball. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, Schumann is a great defense coordinator, and he was making it hard for him to read our coverages because we hide him so much. Like our DBs do a great job of hiding coverages, and I'm guessing that Robbie will make either Robbie or Payne Thorne, whatever his name is. They will make checks and they'll run the ball because like they won't know what coverage in, and in the formation they're in, they won't be able to run the play that they want to run. Like unless they call a timeout and change the play. And at that point, we already know what play this our coordinator is like very smart. Like And it's like, oh yeah, so it's like times where we know it's passed, and then they'll make a check, and we'll make a check, and we know it's gonna be wrong. It's just how it is. Like,
Yeah.
but nah, that's crazy. But they do talk a lot of trash stuff.
So going back to the Tennessee game in 2022, was it a safety?
Was it a safety? Yes, his knee was on the ground. But what I asked the ref, I actually asked the umpire, was it? I'm like, that's safety for real? He was like, maybe it is. He's like, but all we're going off of, though he did say maybe. He said, all we're going
Wow.
off of is the ball possession. Like, is the ball like fumbling in his hand while it's safety? Because he did fumble the ball. So, and the ball was it was outside of the, maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. But when he hit when his knee hit the ground, the possession he didn't have possession of the ball. So I guess this and that. And when he did pick the ball up, I guess the ball was on the line of the end zone. So they said it was on the 1 yard line. So I was like, this should have been a safety though. That would have been the greatest play of all time.
Yeah, right.
Jalen gets and then I even see the ball come out. I would have picked it up. I didn't see the ball come out. But nah, that was actually insane. Jalen had a strip fumble sack, safety, possibly a touchdown. You know what I mean? But that
Yeah.
was the greatest moment.
Mm.
One of the greatest
It,
moments of my career.
it's nice to know
Yeah.
that the refs are honest to you guys. They're like, I'll be honest, I
No,
don't
that's
know right
right.
now. Like, we'll have to look.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go up and ask them. Like, I like to actually like go up, hey ref, like, what's the penalty? Like, what's going on? Like one time, the ref threw a flag, I picked it up and gave it to him. You're not supposed to do that in football. You're not supposed to do that. But I
Yeah.
did it, and he wasn't even upset. He was like, okay, thank you, appreciate it. I was like,
There
okay,
you
here
go.
you go.
Yeah, I
I was
mean, it's
scared that he was
probably
going to say something. You're not supposed to do that, but I was scared he was going to say something.
Mm.
But
it's
that
probably
was
one of
funny.
those things of like, if you're doing it to be nice and helpful is different than doing it to be an asshole, and they can kind of read that.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
To be the case, I think he froze a little bit. Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
There he is.
Oh,
oh yeah.
Yeah,
there
some
you go.
guys just I guess it's a different way of doing it, just be nice or be a dickhead. Yeah, that's a good way of
Yeah.
putting it.
See, I couldn't do it. I'm a jerk. And when I'm frustrated, I know I am. Like I am self-aware enough to know that I could not speak to a referee during a game.
Like here, bro, here,
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't.
here, man.
I would have to just make sure that I never saw the ref. Like I would just turn my
Yeah,
back until we got in formation because I couldn't do it. I know
like
myself.
one time, the ref pushed me out the way to spot the ball. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that the ball was
Ooh,
supposed to be
ooh.
there. He was like, I guess like because the clock was running out, and this was like right before halftime. I forget what game, but clock was running out. He needs to spot the ball so the team can hurry up, get on the ball, spike it. He pushed me. He kind of shoved me a little bit. I'm like, damn, my bad. Where's it? I didn't think nothing of it because I didn't think nothing of it because I'm trying to hurry up and get, what I mean, get the play call or
Yeah.
whatever. So, but no,
Mm,
that's kind of funny. Refs do have a funny way of like interacting with the guys on the field. It is kind of funny.
mm. All right. So, what was going through your mind once you caught that interception against Missouri?
Oh man, a lot of things go through my mind. Number one thing was don't fumble this ball.
Yeah.
Don't fumble this ball because if you fumble the ball, you're going to make ESPN. You're gonna make what's that little show they have like where the players be messing up or whatever. I forget that series. But you're going to make ESPN you're gonna either make ESPN for two reasons. If you fumble the ball and then it's embarrassing, or if you score a touchdown.
Mm.
And that's all I was thinking about. I'm like, fumble, no fumble. And I had it in my left hand. I don't know why I had it. I should have had it in my right hand. Maybe I would have been able to like build up speed with my left hand because I don't know. But one thing was not to fumble the ball. Two was to run as fast as I could because I was already tired. I played like 6 reps
Yeah.
before that intercept. Well, we need 4 reps for that interception or whatever. And then I was telling myself not to look back because I was tempted to look back to see where. If you look at some of those pictures, I was tempted to look back. Like
Mm.
I wanted to see where everybody was or whatever, so I can, what I mean, determine how fast I need to run, where I need to go. Like, say for instance, the interception happened on the other side of the field. I wouldn't have to look
Even
back.
look at
Look at
screen,
the
right?
jumbotron,
Yeah.
yeah, the jumbotron. But now I would say number one is not to fumble the ball and get as far as to the closest to the touchdown as you can possibly. But I was like, bro, this is gonna be a crazy highlight. Like, what the hell? Like, don't fumble this and that. And when I got up, I was just so out of breath. I was like,
So
yo,
how far
like
did you end up? How far did you end up returning?
45 yards, 45.
Golly,
I
shit.
was like, damn, that was a 50-yard run. What the? There's no way. Well, I would say no, it was 40 yards because I got tackled at the 5.
Mhm.
I got tackled at the 5 yard line. So 40 yards, not 40 yards. But I did have 45 yards to go.
Yeah.
So, and but that 40 yards felt like 50. Like, like there's no way this field is that long. Like, I've ran this gym so many times. Why is it that long?
So with that play, so every year after the season's over, we do like our own little postseason awards, and we did a little. I mean, we have a little fake trophy picture that we made called the Golden Keg because we're the Nothing Finer podcast, a drunk obnoxious
Okay.
Georgia fan, and you
Okay.
got the Golden Keg for that play. Like that was the
Really?
regular season play of
Yeah.
the year.
That's
Hmm.
dope. Oh, like, that's dope. I got to see a
Yeah,
picture of that.
yeah. I'll have to. I'll post it with the episode or something to
Okay.
because you're the only player we've talked to and the first guy that's ever been actually told he won the golden keg.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, no, I couldn't talk for like 2 days after that game. The podcast on Sunday was rough. I was like, hey,
Man,
this is what we got to do.
man, it was so hard to answer DMs after the game. I had my little brother do it because there was a time for the game. I was like, bro, can you answer these? I don't feel like do it right now. It was like 200 notifications. I was like, there's no way 200 people
Mhm.
like that actually follow me, interact, that actually want to interact with me now that they see I got an interceptor. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that like now y'all want to do it because now it's
Right.
overwhelming. I love the attention, but it's a bit overwhelming at times. You know what I mean? After you get past like 20 to 30 notifications, you're like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
Because it's
Right.
like you want to get back to everybody, but so many people know you, or you know a lot of so many people are fans of you or whatever. But now I just like, hey, bro, could you just? And he's like, yeah, I got you. I was like, because my little brother loves social media, so I'm like, hey, could you just do this for me, please? Thank you. And
Mhm.
then I'll get back to it.
did you have a touchdown celebration in mind if you made it to the end
Yeah,
zone?
oh, what? Yes, I was prepared to run through the end zone all the way on the other side and then run back. Like I was just prepared running over there. It wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I was. Like I was just gonna stand in the end zone and do some George Pickens, like the little dive or whatever. I was probably
Oh
doing one of
yeah.
those, but I probably would have got a trail by Kirby anyway. So,
I, you know,
but no, definitely. I don't know how players do it though. Like, I got so tired. I was like, oh, I'll do a little thing with the ball and then go back to the sideline. There's no way I'm running all the way over there, and and then having to run right back. Imagine I had to get back on defense. Then I'll be dead.
Right. Right.
I, so if I can make a request, when you get a touchdown this season, because
Yes.
I'm putting it out there, you're getting one.
No, no, I'm telling myself like something has to happen. Like something amazing has to happen because I'm destined.
Yeah,
I'm
I
wanting
mean,
to get a
even
touchdown.
maybe just throw it out to Coach Bobo. And be like, I need the Jordan Davis treatment. Just
No, for real though. Like
give me
just
a
just
handoff
give
on the
me
one.
like after practice, let me do like a little demo so y'all can see how my hand placement is on the ball. I've played fullback. I got fullback clips
Right. Right.
from high school. I played fullback in high school. So like come on, I know how the ball feels. You can give me the ball. I know how to tuck it. I know how to get yards. What you
Mm.
need me to do, coach? Like, oh, you want me to lose 302 pounds? You want me to lose 20 pounds? I can lose 20 pounds. Oh, you want me to change my number? I can change my number.
Mm.
78 ain't mean nothing anyway. I can change it. What you want me to do,
Right.
coach? But nah, that'd be great. Like, and I'm telling all the tight ends, I'm like, hey, I'm coming for it all. So y'all better be working. But they
There
be
you
working. Brock Bowers ain't here no more. I was like, y'all better be working. I'm coming.
You got to get one of your boys to do the Chubb lift up.
The chug, like this,
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 that'd be dope. Yeah.
That's a
That
hundred
would be
percent
like,
going on. That's a Sports Center top 10.
nah, for real though. Imagine, you know how they do the kegs and like you have
Keg
to lift their
stand.
body up.
Lift you
Imagine if
upside.
like one player's on the ground or whatever, and then the other player they just lift his legs up and like he's that would be the funniest moment in college football ever.
Yeah.
If someone does that, that'd be the funniest moment ever.
Hey, hey,
Like they do the
look.
cakes there.
I,
Yeah.
I promise you that would you be on Sports Center for sure.
No, for
Mhm.
real.
So, which opposing fan base says the most out of pocket shit when you go to their
Oh, Tennessee,
stadium? I was about to
Tennessee.
Yeah.
say, and why is it Tennessee? Like that's the
I
next
don't,
part of the
I
question.
don't know. Like I honestly don't. They be so mean to us, and I get it. Yes, we're the opposing team. They'd be so mean. It's the craziest thing. I was in between Tennessee and Alabama. Last time I went to Tuscaloosa, they fans they was throwing. I'm sorry, but they was throwing trash.
Oh
They was
damn.
throwing trash at
Yeah.
us. But like it wasn't like it was very subtle. It wasn't like everybody was doing it. It's like one or two people were doing it. And it was very subtle.
It went like golf balls and like mustard bottles and whatnot.
Nah, it was like cans and shit. Like, you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
You can hear
Yeah.
them. You wouldn't see them, but you can hear them hit the ground. It's like, oh yeah, someone definitely threw that. And but
Yeah.
Tennessee fans, I've had bad experiences with them ever since I've been like every chance I got to go into Nina Stadium, I had bad experiences with them. First time, my freshman year, we played in Tennessee, and this is when they wore that. Did they wear all black against us?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was, I think they
They
started that in
did.
21.
Okay. No, it was a homecoming. They hosted us for their homecoming, which is very
Oh
smart.
wow.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
smart and bold. That was smart and
Mhm.
bold. But we're playing them and we're barely beating them or whatever. And I go to the back. I had to go to the bathroom. I had to pee. So I go in the little tent. We have this like little thing we pee in and then like pour it on the ground afterwards. So I go to the tent and I pee or whatever. I come out. This guy is in the like stand right behind us. He's like 78. And I thought it was someone I knew. So I turned around. But I was like, maybe somebody knows me. I turn around, this guy in orange is like, 78, does your pussy hurt? I'm like, I'm not even doing anything. I'm on the sideline. Why are you getting mad at me? What did I do? My response was, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it is. Like, I was like, I was so intrigued. I'm like, why did this guy just, oh, Paul, I was like, why did this guy just ask me
Right.
that question? Weird. Second time was this past season. We go, and then this one guy, he had his shirt off or whatever. We were doing pregame. And this guy had his shirt off. He was like 78. He was saying it such a like a deep voice. It was the funniest thing. He was like 78, 78. No one's ever gonna know who you are, and this and that. No one knows who you are. You're suck. You trash. You this and that. And I'm like, I was so like mad. I'm like, why are you saying that about me? I didn't even. We're just warming up, and I had a water bottle in my hand. I was close to like opening it up and just throwing it at him or whatever. What does he
Oh,
want to
you
Yeah.
do?
almost did a George Pickens.
No, for real though. I almost hit one of those. You know what I mean? I might get in trouble. I might get in trouble
Right.
by my coaches or
Yeah.
something, but he won't be able to do anything if I just throw this whole thing of order in his face. He doesn't have a shirt on anyway, so he'll be all right. But now the Tennessee fans they're vicious. They don't like opposing teams
When
whatsoever.
y'all go to South Carolina, are any of their fans ever crazy? So
No,
I
yeah,
asked because I lived in Columbia for a year,
okay,
and when I lived in Columbia, it was a long time ago, but I sold cars, and the
okay.
dealership I worked at on Saturdays they would let us wear team gear, so I wore a Georgia jersey to work every Saturday.
hmm
People would walk into the dealership and say, "I'm buying a car today, but not from you," and ask for somebody else.
Damn, so you missed the car sale because of your Georgia
Oh,
apparel?
dozens, and I refused to not wear it.
I appreciate that, man.
Principal. Yeah.
That's love right there. I ain't gonna care. That's love right there, bro. You don't want to take it off real quick, sell a car, then put it back on, or what?
No, absolutely not. So the year I lived in Columbia was when the hurricane came and they ended up playing the game on Sunday.
Okay,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
that
And
sucks.
yeah, but what really sucks is that was back when I was in the National Guard and I was activated to Savannah, actually where I live now, for
Okay,
hurricane cleanup. So I wasn't even at work to talk trash after Georgia won that game.
that's actually funny. I ain't gonna lie. That's actually hilarious. And it's like, damn, like y'all not messing with me. Like I'm finna sell you this car. Cause I got Georgia shit on. You don't want to buy it for me. That's kind of weird. It's
Yeah.
kind
Hmm.
of weird.
But
But
that's
now
that's
South Carolina. Oh, what'd
yeah.
you say?
No, go ahead.
No, it's like South Carolina. Like their fans cool. Like you know, what I mean, they have beautiful women, beautiful women. So whenever I see their student section, it's always a pretty looking girl in the section or whatever. And the fans behind us, like you just like really quiet, not really too crazy. And then they do that little Gamecock stuff every time they score or make it first down or score a touchdown. It's so annoying. And
See,
Yeah.
y'all haven't heard it very often the last few years.
Yeah.
oh
Right.
no, no. And so they do that little like music chant or whatever. I forget what song it is. I
Sandstorm?
hate. I think that's saying yeah,
Yeah.
Sandstorm. It is so annoying. That song is
Yeah.
so annoying.
I shit you not, my son when I was talking about earlier, he had a Pee Wee game out like just across the border, like in South Carolina, because we're like
Yeah,
right there on the border.
yeah.
And his team got blown out every time they scored.
Oh God.
They played that fucking song every time. It was like every like 3 minutes they play it. It was bad.
That song is so annoying. And what you
Yeah,
call it did the same thing. It's like Kirby got so furious at us. When we played Auburn, obviously that was a close game. And Kirby was like right before that game, like during the week, I was like, we're about to cut that motherfucking swag surf off. Ain't no motherfucking swag surf on us. And when they scored their first touchdown, what happened? Swag, they started swag surfing on us.
oh
And I
man,
was like, God, Lee. I was like, yeah, we're done. I was like, yeah, we're done. They swag surfing. You know what I mean? We can't stop the run. It was just a lot going on that game. Fortunately for us, we found a way to come back and wax them like we were supposed to. So
yeah,
So on the side of music, so obviously over the last couple of years they've stopped playing Kanye West Power during the fourth quarter light
oh
show.
man, I hate that so much. I tweeted
So
about it.
yeah,
so we did over the summer of last year. We actually tried to get in touch with the in stadium DJ. Never
Okay.
got a
Oh, I
response.
yeah, I never got one either. I hit him
Oh,
up on IG because I was trying to get some requests for some good music for pregame. He never hit me back.
oh
So
I
damn,
will say the music
damn,
improved last season.
it definitely did. He definitely did. But he hit me back. And I'm like, bro, like we gotta play some better music, especially when we're playing small schools.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because people get bored. I got when we played who we played this past season that was it UAB maybe? I'm not sure about it. The year before last, we played Charleston Southern at Georgia, and
Mhm.
it was so quiet in that stadium. You can hear a pin drop. How
Yeah,
quiet it was. And I'm like, bro, like how is 100 or how is 94,000 fans this quiet? And I'm like, he needs to play better music because whatever
right.
song they'll listen to, no one was turning to it at
Mhm.
all. And he definitely should have played him more.
Those noon games early in the season and late in the season are tough.
No, they are tough. One thing
Yeah,
hurry up and get on and out, in and out. I mean, you trying to get in and out. That's how we look at it. It's like,
yeah.
come on, guys, get in and out, do our job, go home, get some rest, and do it all over again next week. But no, those
Mhm.
are tough though.
But the
I
song
would
that
say new.
we tried to push to replace Power is put on by Jeezy.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that song. Yeah, Put
I
On is good. Put On
I
is
mean
good.
I grew up in Atlanta. He's an Atlanta guy. Georgia's
Yeah,
just
he definitely the
outside of
Atlanta guy.
Atlanta. Like
Yeah,
let's do it. I think it's a perfect
we do
song.
too. We
I
do
think it's
too.
a perfect
We
song.
do. We need to do a lot of. We need to do more collabs when it comes to Georgia football and some of these celebrities or whatever.
Like local guys.
Which like our local guys, yeah, or
So
some of
Mhm.
yeah,
these
how
musicians.
how is there no Quavo song for the fourth quarter?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I think because maybe his songs are on a lot of our plus his songs are on a lot of our highlight reels.
Yeah.
So like whenever they show us like our highlight reels, his songs are on a lot of them. So he's probably like, oh, I already got all these songs on there. There's no need to, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure if he decides, he'll put a song in a stadium.
Or
And
even Sony's song UGA anthem. Like
yeah, right. Why don't they play that? That's
Right.
actually
Right.
questionable.
uh,
I remember listening to that, and I was in like ninth. No, I was in like 10th grade, high school. I remember hearing that. That's
Mhm.
actually a good song. He got that song "Rich Homie Quan," and I forget who the last person was, but that was actually not a bad song.
Mhm.
man, it made me feel old when you said you were in ninth grade, and I'm not even that old.
Uh,
All right. So who is someone on the team that didn't make a big impact last season that you think is gonna blow up this year or make a big difference?
uh, I would say Damon Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Damon Wilson. Chaz Chambliss. Um, I would say Jordan Hall, Jamal Jarrett, and just me on the defensive side. Offensive side, I would say Pierce Sperling, um, Oscar Delp. But he had a couple of touches though. He ain't had no really big, like crazy touches. You know what I mean? Pierce Sperling, I say that, Oscar Delp. Um, Who else? Running back wise, I say Rod Robinson. Trying to think else. Branson Robinson and some other guys. But like, it's not a lot of guys I can think about at this moment. But those are
Mhm.
some of the guys where I can get off my head.
Last question of football related stuff. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Oh, that's Kansas City, 100%.
There we go. There we go.
Taylor Swift's on their side. That's just how it is. Like,
And that's why I want the other
Yeah,
team
right.
to win because I'm sure they have something planned for the stage
uh,
afterwards, and
uh,
just like ruin that moment for them.
well, you say grew in that moment.
No, just like I want the 49ers to ruin that moment.
Oh, ruin a moment. A lot of people do, but I don't hate the Chiefs. It's just that like a lot of teams they don't use or strategize. That's not even a word. I don't know, say that.
Strategery.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a lot of teams have horrible. They don't have a good strategy when they play Kansas City. Obviously, you got the Ravens, and it's like the Ravens have a great defense. Their defense balled out, only allowed 17 points, if I'm not mistaken,
Mm.
all the way up to you know them having the offense having the last possession of the game, or whatever. And but the Ravens offense kept throwing the ball and nothing's working when they throwing the ball. I'm not saying all the answers will be complete if they run the ball, but maybe you can mix up styles of defense or styles of offense. You know what I mean? Because if you're just throwing the ball the whole time, you got to forget. Like the Kansas City Chiefs throw the ball too. If we're not scoring on these drives, we're losing drives. And you lose a drive and you're going against one of the top offenses in the league. And so you're trying to do the same thing they're doing. You're just going to fail and having to start over again. And it's been a lot of occasions. Is that me? There's been a lot of occasions where the Ravens just gave the ball up to a one offense and then put no points on the board. That's not okay. It's different if you come into the game not scoring a little bit, but in the second half, scoring is mandatory. Scoring is definitely mandatory. I forgot. Is
Mhm.
that my headphone? Definitely my headphone. Let me see something. And so yeah, that's why I got I don't know what that noise is. That's weird. Yeah, but that's why I got Kansas City because they're balanced on both sides of the ball. Obviously, you see a lot of guys shining on their defense and a couple of guys signing on their offense. I'm like, yeah, you see that from San Francisco. I'm like, they played them in the Super Bowl before, which I forgot that they played them in the Super Bowl like what, four Super Bowls ago, three maybe. I
2020, I think
forgot.
it was.
Like that 2020, yeah, like that's
Yeah.
about four Super Bowls ago. And so I
Mm.
forgot that. So I'm like, damn, it should be a good matchup. This should be a great matchup. But we know how media is, and we know how the NFL is. Taylor Swift is a big fan of the Kansas City Chiefs. Why? Because her boyfriend, who's Travis Kelce, is on that team. And so we're gonna do whatever it takes to keep this Swifties happy.
Yeah, right.
Do you have time to talk about some non-football stuff with us?
Yeah, yeah, we can do that. We can do that for a minute.
All right. We're probably going to skip a couple of these, but now that you're of legal drinking age, because of course, no one drinks underage in Athens.
No.
What is your favorite bar in Athens?
Oh, favorite bar. If we're talking about bar, it'll be Silver.
Okay.
Silver would be my one of my favorite bars. Yeah, yeah, Silver is definitely my favorite bar. That's it.
Okay.
It has a great mixture of music. I love it. It's always packed in there, and the drinks are good. The bartenders are cute, so it's like,
Can't
oh
get
yeah,
better than
Silver is just
that.
solid. Yeah, facts. Can't get better. You can watch sports there too. It's
Yeah.
good.
What's the most underrated restaurant in Athens?
Underrated restaurant will be underrated. Let's see. Fully loaded.
Yeah.
Fully loaded is so underrated. It's only underrated because every time I go there, I never see anybody I know in there. And if I do know someone in there, they're always either there for a drink or to watch football or as a bartender. Maybe I used to talk to or something like that. but not,
Let's
but definitely is definitely fully loaded, 100%.
what's hilarious is right before we got on here, I was talking to my mother-in-law as she was driving through Athens because she lives just outside of Athens, and she was like, "Have you ever heard of Fully Loaded?"
I told you,
Seven
son.
thirty. She asked me if I ever heard of Fully Loaded, and I used to go to the gym that's in the same parking lot as Fully Loaded in
Yeah,
Watkinsville.
yeah.
So,
Oh, that's the
I
old school. That's the
yeah,
old OG fully loaded. Yeah, OG
yeah.
one.
So I've been there before, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. And then you just talked about it, so I will have to let her know you like it.
But definitely fully loaded. Shout out fully loaded, man. I love them, man. They know I love going there. Yeah, that's my spot.
So I was talking about it before. So I graduated from Georgia back in 2015 for like all the indoor practice facility stuff and kind of like
Okay,
football only areas and whatnot.
okay,
So
okay.
like it was a pretty common occurrence. Like if I'm at like the Tate Center or whatever, I'd see like Todd Gurley or Aaron Murray like getting Chick-fil-A like next to me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So question is like how often do you go on campus like
All the time.
besides for class or football related stuff?
Whenever we get that bye week before we play Florida,
Hmm.
I love to go to Tate and just hang around that area, get some Panda Express.
Yeah, yep,
Uh, watch like maybe talk to some girls or whatever. Like
right.
it's just I like to put myself in a student shoes, even though I'm a student athlete.
Mhm.
I'm a student always first, but like when I mean student, like students who don't play sports, right? And so I would like to give shout out to all the students there and this and that, but like I work hard. And so whenever I get a chance, I like to walk around campus. I like to, I'll obviously be a student for once. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I go to class, I get lunch, and then see a pretty girl I want to talk to. I may or may not walk up to her. I might just enjoy the view most of the time. And like sometimes that's okay. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? And I like to people watch. That's just my thing. And so and I will always have my shades on so I could just look at people whenever I want to without them knowing. It's like because it's almost rude to do that without them on. So you might as well just throw them on so they can't catch you staring at them. But
There you
uh that's another conversation.
And
But
if
no,
you
I
did
like
ask,
to
you just have a migraine.
yeah,
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 there
yeah,
you
there you go. No, it's not even that. I don't like to see people how so like I don't like people to see how tired I look throughout the day. Like sometimes I be looking like drowsy. So I throw my shades on. I'm like, I don't want them to see like I want you like three different coffees or whatever. But
go.
no, I like to go to Tate a lot and just I do love it's like some stuff in there that we
Oh,
haven't got as a team that we probably won't get to like later in the year or whatever. And I'd be like, we don't got this. And I'd be looking at them like, we ain't got this. How much this cost?
like shit.
$60. We're putting that back. Like,
Oh, yeah. No, every time my wife wants to go to the bookstore, I'm like, we're just gonna see things that are way too expensive for me
no, for
to
real.
like. I, I'm cheap. I'm cheap. I'll admit it.
I'm kind of cheap, but I'm cheap in a way, definitely. I said I'm cheap in a way.
I'm not paying $50 for a T-shirt. I'm not
No,
doing
me
it.
either.
I can't do it.
Me either. Me
Like
either.
I can't. So yeah, no, I every time one of our friends we bring to a game wants to go to the book. Like I took my nephew to his first Georgia game
Yeah.
this season, and he wanted to go to the bookstore and look at stuff, and I was like, buddy, we're not getting anything. Like I
Yeah,
hate
we're
to
not
be
gonna get
like
nothing.
that.
Yeah, we're not gonna get anything, man.
We got him like a little stuffed bulldog for $6, and I was like, this is what I can spend.
There you go. Or some candy or a soda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of
Yeah,
those things. Like sometimes that's even tax. If you don't get
yeah,
it from the vending machine, which is right outside, you go in there, you're gonna spend about $4 on one soda. It's gonna
Mhm.
yeah.
be annoying, but that's how it is.
See, I'm different. I'll wear the shit. I'll buy one thing and wear the shit out of it till
Okay.
the next thing.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get your money's worth.
Hmm.
So Brett Thorson, is he as funny in person as he is on Twitter, or is he
Yeah.
just that Australian that he says out
Is
of pocket
that
stuff all
was
the
that
time?
was that Taylor Swift tweet real or what?
I think it. Wait, what
So
was
I
it that
saw the
or?
Kendall Jenner tweet.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Kendall Jenner. Was that real?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I
That
wanted to
seems
go
like,
at the
I mean, based on his Twitter, I would believe it's real.
no, for real. That man Brett is so funny. And it's only and this and I feel like it's even funnier because he has an Australian accent.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nah, Brett is definitely a funny person in person. Trust me, he
Mhm.
really is. You just have to understand most stuff he's saying. to know
Yeah, you
he's
can
funny.
definitely listen. Yeah. What's your favorite Kirby quote?
Uh, my favorite Kirby quote is there, there ain't no hunting us. We're gonna do the one. We're gonna be the ones
There.
hunting. There ain't no
Yeah.
hunting us. We're the ones hunting. We're the
There we
one
go.
doing the hunting. I love that quote. I love that quote. It always gets me motivated.
Is there any pregame or halftime speech that you will absolutely never forget? You don't have to talk about
Uh,
what was said, you know, because I'm with Kirby's history. I'm sure there are some things that probably should not be said outside of a locker room, but like a specific moment where you're like, this is different.
yeah. I would say it was a game against Ohio State. That game. Like guys was like locked in. Like you could tell, you could looking at a guy next to you, he was just like not give you no attention because he was so locked in on what Kirby had to say. And he told us how difficult it was going to be. And we kind of came out there just a little lackadaisical because it was Ohio State. He was like, just know what these guys do this, right? And when the game started to get close and halftime came, Kirby wasn't upset, but you could tell that he was trying to deliver a message with tone. And most guys were on the knee, we're all looking up. We got him. Like, yeah, we got you, coach. And then you walk out of there, we're like, yeah, coach, we got you, man. You know what I mean? And then I would say that game and the game Ole Miss game because he knew it was like for the seniors or whatever. So it kind of like it warmed his heart to know like it was possibly some of our last time playing in that stadium. And he kind of teared up a little bit. He was like, "Do this for the seniors, do it for these guys. They bust their butt. They've been doing it for 4 years. This and that, blah blah. Go out and play for them. This and that. They deserve it, and this and that." And so that kind of motivated me in a way because I was one of those seniors. And Kirby has a great way of like motivating us, especially when bad stuff happens. Not only when good stuff happens, but when bad stuff happens on the field. He has a great way of doing it. And one time he brought up Devin, RP to him and Chandler. But yeah, one time he brought up Devin and he was like, do it for Devin. What would Devin do? You know what I mean? And so it kind of like motivated us all. And but Kirby has a great way of delivering a good message, especially like during bad moments. And so,
Is there have there been any talks about a subscription service to the audio of pregame and halftime speeches? Because I would pay a ridiculous sum of money to hear Kirby's pregame and halftime
he's wanting to
speeches.
run through a brick wall.
So
But
this is not even a joke. I had shoulder surgery in December, but I hadn't been to the gym. So before I go to the gym, the last song I play in the car is just like all of the leaked audio from his pregame and
that's so
halftime
funny.
speeches. Because
That's absolutely hilarious.
before I needed shoulder surgery, like I was getting into competitive powerlifting, so I
Okay.
was like I just needed to go in and be violent with weight,
Mhm.
and I would listen to that shit and then put metal as loud as my headphones would go. I'd pick
Yeah.
up a lot of weight for somebody that never really played competitive sports.
Yeah, I get it.
But no, I would pay a ridiculous sum of money for that subscription service.
Man, I wish I could just go back and find him. Like, man, like
Yeah.
Kirby really, and he'll tell the camera's crew to like get out, everybody get out, or shut the F up. Like, he'll tell them, everybody shut the fuck up. Like, you put that camera down, put that fucking camera down. I swear to, and he'll say that every time the camera's just sitting there, you're like, put that camera down. But SEC camera, not our cameraman.
Yeah.
The SEC camera's like, bro, they're doing this for a doc. Like, relax. They're doing it for a documentary. Chill. But no, no. It's like I would say if there was a subscription, that costs a pretty penny though.
I,
Hmm.
I'll tell you that because that's just some exclusive content right there.
I would do it.
He
I
said, "Do it."
promise you I
Sure.
would.
He'll have you run through a brick wall. You'll start running stadium stairs. You'll be like, yeah, yeah, he's right. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know what I mean? He'll have you like really, really motivated.
The good thing about living in Savannah is we don't have hills. Um,
Yes, flat. Yeah.
so I couldn't run stairs.
That's funny. Yeah.
Mike,
Oh, okay. I think this is the last question that we have on there, but I think the news came out a few days ago about the car that Carson Beck, allegedly bought
Ah,
the Lambo truck. Uh,
I mean, got money. Telling you.
have you seen it yet?
I haven't actually, and it was
Oh, dude.
surprising. It was surprising because I already assumed somebody on the team had one already, and I was the least expecting Carson back. And I was like, Carson has a Lamborghini. Think about that. You go
How?
downtown, like you want to ride back in my Lambo, and she
Right.
says, "What? You don't have a Lambo. You're lying." Oh, okay. Suit yourself. He just pulled up one of me in a Lambo. That's kind of funny though. But
Yeah,
not
that's
like
how you
congrats
go
to
from one girl to three girls in the car.
facts. That Lambo, that's the craziest thing.
Mm.
And it's not a crazy thing. 'Cause this guy from Texas, he plays, I think, corner or whatever, and uh, um, he actually had an NIL deal with Lambo,
Oh wow.
and yeah, and so a Lamborghini, if you will, and
Mm.
he had pictures of it. I'm gonna show. I'll try and find like some pictures of it. He had a picture of me, got him a Lamborghini for NIL.
Mm.
NIL deal for like a month or something like that. But it was dope. And so I wouldn't say Carson's the first one, but it was expected.
Yeah.
So it was unexpected. And we are like, Carson, come on, now you gotta get it to fade. We need to see you with the Stetson Bennett fade. You know what I mean? You got Lambo on the shirt now. We gotta
Right.
see you with the Steady Bennett fade. We didn't see
Mm.
Stetson with the Lambo. We see you with the one. So now you really gotta fight for that Heisman. You want to come back for Heisman? You really
Mm.
gotta get it now. Like you got the Lambo truck and stuff now. You gotta play like a Lambo truck. So
Right. Like besides him, like who do you think has the best car on the team?
best car?
Yeah.
It's between him and Michael Williams. My cousin has a G Wagon, all white.
Ooh. Okay.
Ain't that crazy? Another NILU,
You said all
Sheesh.
white?
all white G Wagon.
I love white
Sheesh.
cars. My
Yeah.
my wife, I'm gonna throw her under the bus here. She says if you have an all white car, it's a grandpa car.
It's a what?
It's a grandpa car.
Yeah. It's wrong.
What's a grandpa car is messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because so you know when I got home
Hmm.
from the military, I bought myself a nice all white F-150 with black wheels, and she was like, "Oh, you have a grandpa truck." I was like, "Are
What was I
you
supposed to do?
Right.
this black grill, black wheels? It's exactly what I've wanted for years, and now you're telling me you don't like it? This, Mm.
That's actually funny.
Ridiculous.
All right, man. We really appreciate coming on and talking to us tonight.
Yeah.
Um, I personally had a lot of fun, great time. I
Mm.
just hope you don't forget us little guys when you get taken in the first round by the Eagles next season.
No, I won't forget y'all, man. Nah, no one. Nah, I won't forget y'all. Guys. Yep. And
I'm hoping so, man.
but I
Soon,
would
soon for
definitely won't
sure.
forget y'all.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on and talking to us. Um, yeah.
No, thank y'all for
If
having me on
there's
here, man.
if there's anything you'd like to say to the audience or any sort of like if you're doing something outside of the football world you want to talk about, giving you a moment to do that if you want.
Well, I just had one thing. Everybody be themselves, man. Be yourself, and whatever you want to do, inspire in it and do whatever it takes and just be different. Be yourself, man. You know what I mean? If that's TikTok, football, whatever you want, basketball, you know what I mean? If that's owning a Lambo truck and being the starting quarterback at University of Georgia, then do that. You know what I mean? Still be yourself and, shout out to Georgia football and University of Georgia. And yeah, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, whatever y'all want to do. And shout out Millions. What's the name of y'all podcast again?
We're Nothing Finer podcast.
And shout out Nothing Finer Podcast, man. They're the best podcast out there. And that's it, man.
We
There we go,
appreciate
man.
it. We
Appreciate it. Yeah.
really
Thank
do.
you.
Nah,
Thank you.
definitely. No problem, man.
All right. So we want to thank Big Nas for coming on and talking to us again tonight. We had a lot of fun. I hope you guys learned some stuff, had some fun listening to it. Um, I just, I'll be honest, man. When we started, I didn't think we'd ever get to the point where we're talking
Yeah.
to active players getting this opportunity. So it really means a lot to me that he was willing to do it, and Millions was willing to help facilitate it.
And super gracious with his time. I mean, we talked to him for about an hour. Like that was
Yeah,
awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
yeah. Um, and I hope you guys don't forget that he was one of my breakout players of the year last year. So
Mhm.
I've never been sleeping. I've never been sleeping.
Mm.
Um, but we want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us. Honestly, with the conversation we just had, I don't have anything to be pissed off about for this week's rant. So
Nope.
just make sure to follow our social medias, learn about stuff like this that we are doing coming up, because we are trying to do some more cool stuff like this through Millions during the off season. Um, but we do have new merch. Cannot believe we buried the lead on the new merch.
Right?
Um, I'll be putting a social media post out tonight with the new merch on it. If you don't like it, you should probably leave the country. Just throwing that out there.
Right.
Um, but no, man, we're super excited. We're getting opportunities that a teacher and a sprinkler inspector never thought they would do, and we have you guys to thank for that. So,
Yeah.
you know, as always, remember there's nothing finer in the land.
And a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan.